film director, man.
No,
because we got
was in our bag, though.
film director.
We have to have this conversation, brother.
And you know, right now we got Lowkey Cristhian in the building, man. And
Yes, sir.
Film director right now, you know, so I just want to get back into like, what's some ways that you get in your bag when you sitting down and you like, yo, I got this project that I'm working on. What mode you get in when you gotta create and find edits and just...
Usually the first step is always listening to a song at least 3 to 4 times.
Right.
You always have to listen to a song to see what the hell the artist is trying to say.
Right.
Like what's the point he's trying to get across, so you can like from the song, you can really formulate like more or less what direction you're gonna go with, like the vision, like what you're gonna try to showcase. To this moment in time, I haven't really had a video where I can really just unleash 100%.
Right.
Like 100%, like 100% control of everything.
Right.
Because most of the time, I get like 80%, and there's still that 20% because of budgeting and stuff like that. But 100%, not yet.
Right.
But that day will come, manifesting it for sure.
So what you work off for, Adobe Premiere or Final Cut?
Adobe, because he forced me to get into Adobe. I used to actually do Final Cut.
Final Cut.
Yeah,
but you gotta work both. That's why
I know how to work both. Yeah,
Right.
I can do simple because I just can't do like no crazy VFX. I have a team. Like we have like it's a structure.
No, that's how you is. It's a business.
And like always, I always tell everybody. There used to be directors talking shit, talking about, or if you don't edit your own videos, that shit. Like, bro, that's stupid as fuck.
Cap.
You got a team of motherfuckers.
You have to have a team, bro, because 2 minds think better than 1.
No, sir.
At all times, no matter what.
Even jewelers might make the thing and then they go take it to somebody else and they do the settings and then
Of course,
they place the stone.
At the end of the day, who got the shot?
Facts.
And most of the time, everything comes with a storyboard, so like you really know, like, okay, most of the time when I started doing that, it's like just sequencing myself, because I'm very like specific on some sequences, like some certain shots. Like I'm a big fan of the close-up. Like a lot of people like the wide, they want to see everything, but there's more power in the close-up.
So as a film director, what was that first music video, that first artist you worked with, and you got a response back, and you was like, whoa, I'm somebody, I'm working with something.
I'm gonna turn this to a job.
Like the artist popping, the video popping, I've arrived.
I ain't gonna lie. Like for me myself, like I directed the video.
Right.
It was the first time I worked with Chocolate.
Okay.
Because
that's the Cuban artist.
That's the Cuban artist.
Most definitely. Shout out to all these Cuban artists.
To all Cubans. Shout out to Chocolate.
Right.
But yeah, bro. That's when I realized, I'm like, damn. Because we used to watch this guy when we were like 15. Like 14, like we used to dance to his music.
Right.
He's from our island, so like we used to be like watching and like doing
like so he's like a big dog regardless.
He's like OG.
Right.
And like just the fact that I worked with somebody that like helped us grow, like it's like it's wild, bro. Right. And people don't believe it. And I didn't realize it until like my mother's like friends from her job.
They're like, yo.
They were like, oh, do that, like you work for Chocolate, and I was like, yeah. That's when it really hit.
And that's basically who you're locked in with, like
yeah, locked in for sure. Locked in for sure. I work with everybody, but with him it's like a little spot in my heart because I'm Cuban and you know I want to see that genre grow.
And that's what's
because
up.
that genre is very small, but there's potential.
And I feel like it's always good to support your people because there's always a big circle you get the support back later.
Definitely.
Because the same people that you see coming up is the same people you gotta see coming down. And we ain't coming back down, but we gonna show love and be humble so them circles keep spinning so when you get to places you already got somebody there that you know to be like, yo, come over here. This is our section right here. You good? You want something? But I wanted to tap into that topic that you on Wall was talking about, even about racism and just networking with, you know, different races, because you was talking about the Cubans and, you know, about us being black. We already open doors, ready to collaborate. So, you know, how you feel about race right now? And
bro,
just
race, people say it's not important, but at the same time it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way I see it, like, okay, there's a lot of similarities in between like the black folk from like the US and us from like the islands.
Right.
Like I feel like we almost had like the same like the same childhood.
I mean,
we went through the same struggle.
Right, it's true.
We had the same struggle.
Because remember, I come from a communist country, so everybody's the same.
Right.
You feel me? And this country was a little different. There was people that were different, and there was people that were completely different.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But just the fact that I feel like low key, people may not say it, but we've advanced a lot throughout the years.
Right.
So like it's good. It's in a good place right now. It's in a good place right now. But we can always work. Everybody can, bro. There's nothing stronger than love, bro.
Right.
Nothing stronger than love, bro.
Right. And unity, facts. So when you come together, you're strong together.
United, you're strong.
But you did say
always, bro.
You did say you and your family and friends overcame a lot of stuff, and the space that you in now, it's a blessing, and you probably would have never thought you seen the day, but you prayed for the day.
Yeah, I did, bro. And everything's just like, because I'm a humble person. I'm very humble.
Right.
But I always knew that I was destined for something. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, a lot of people like that for sure.
I just didn't know what.
I can identify with that. A lot of people like
brother,
that.
You have to believe in a greater being, because it's just like you have to, brother. And everything I have is thanks to God. Like that's the best.
I want to tap into that, like. When I first met you or whatever, and he was like, basically telling me the religion, and he was like, look, I gotta drop certain things, I can't do this, can't do that. Kind of tap into that, and like, just explain what you explained to me, you know what I'm saying, to the people.
So I basically practice Yoruba, which is why you see this bracelet.
Right.
We are really tapped in to our ancestors.
Right.
Everything has to do with ancestors, because our lineage and
it's your history, y'all background.
It's a religion from Africa, from Western Africa. So like, we know we come from there. Like, you know that. Like, we all know that. Yeah. We know we're African, and then they were all black.
Right.
Like,
different descendants.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's just
or
like
different tribes.
The way that it's different tribes. That's the best.
That's the best way to say it.
So like, when people go to Cuba, like the slaves, they bring slaves from like Nigeria, Congo, a little southern Nigeria, maybe in another Beni, too. And you just put a bunch of black people together. Right. The Spanish, like back in the day, they're like racist. So it's like, they're all black, just put them together.
Right.
So like, you mix in all these cultures, they're different types of black people, like different languages, different like ancestry, different lineages, different everything.
Right.
So you bring them onto an island to go to Cuba, and the reason why the religion survived is because one of the priests, they swallowed all their saints, like they swallowed it. And they were on the boat and they shitted it out. And he could still practice Ifa. He spread it to the island, and like, that's what I'm saying, like, God knew what he was doing when that happened. He knew that had to happen so everything could spread. So basically in that religion, it's like, you just have to be really grateful, and you have to listen to a lot of the advice that your spirits tell you, and that God tells you. Because God tells you the messages through your spirits. Because you don't have the dimensional like power to like actually talk to God. Nobody has that. Jesus does though. Right. But you need like that connection, and you make it stronger the more you praise your ancestors, and you praise your lineage and your family. Right. Because everything's about unity. Right. And always listen to the word of God. You always have to listen to the word of God. It doesn't matter what. People say that we do voodoo and that we do all this crap. That's bullshit. Right. It's just not real. That's why and there's a part of the religion. Obviously, everything has bad. Right. The people do bad with it, but you can't do none of that, because once you do bad, the law of God is that it's gonna come back to you 10 times stronger than what you said. Yeah. It has to, because that's what karma is. And karma is very real. And it's basically just believing in the higher power. And you have to. Right. You have to, like, what are the chances? Right. Really think about it. What are the chances? I come from a country where there's 11 million, 12 million, like 33 million people, right? What are the chances that I work, me, out of the littlest island from that country, to work with like one of the biggest stars that they have to offer? Fact. What are the chances? Fact. What are the chances? Like, you think about it now, what is the everything's with God, bro. Nothing with God, bro. And then sometimes, like you said, you manifest things that you don't really know that you're ready for, because you're trying to figure out what is the thing that's going to be for you, but you don't know that you manifested the whole time. Because whatever you like, you're going to gain interest as a career or a hobby. I just remember when I first did that video, the 16 that in front of my house. After that, I don't think I was ready mentally for like all the eyes and everything. Because I really have a lot of energy, and I feel like a lot of people were putting a lot of energy on me. So when that happened, someone jumped the blunt. Gotta pick that up. But you know what I'm saying? Like when that happened, I went through like this process in my mind where like nothing felt the same. Everything was like it didn't feel like life. I felt like I was going crazy. That's the first time in my life I ever felt like I was going crazy. But it was because I was so happy inside that my body did not realize that was happiness. So I started releasing other stuff, and I just everything was just going normal, like a regular day, like nothing happened. But I knew what I was doing. I was changing the game, because this guy that I work with, he never used to do videos. Now he does a video for every song, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
And I changed his image because I basically do the videos like the American way, like the American type of video, like no Dirk video, like you know, like the running gun, like
right.
So he started
the
doing
up to date, the vibes, the up to date stuff.
And some people started doing them too now.
So I got a question: how do your family and friends and your peers treat you with your filming ideas and just your whole career as a director now?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. In the beginning, when I first said in high school that I was gonna leave to LA, a lot of people laughed at me.
Right.
A lot of people.
As family and friends.
Yeah. Like, my mom did not want me to go. Right. My grandma did not want me to go. The only person that wanted me to go for real was my grandpa.
Your grandpa.
Because my grandpa, he knew that. He just knew.
Right.
Let's just say he just knew. Right. He knew I was gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And he knew that I was destined for other things. He just, you know.
How long did you actually stay down there?
No. I stayed down there for 3 years. 2018 all the way to 2020.
Wow.
I came back for COVID because they started tripping over there.
What?
I got scared. I really thought I was gonna die because the first COVID case was in LA. I think it was in LA or New York. One of the first ones was in LA for sure. And I remember that it spread like that. Like that.
First day I heard it was in LA.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
It was a really bad time for LA, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I never wanted to leave, bro. But hey, it's been nothing but blessings since I left.
So as soon as COVID hit, you was like, I'm out.
Yeah, March. March is when I left. That's when the first lockdown happened.
Okay.
March.
So you was on lockdown down here.
Yeah, I came here. I didn't get the lockdown in LA. Thank God. I came for the lockdown here.
Okay.
I really wonder what that would have been like, because that was crazy. I remember I came and the week after was the lockdown.
So I got a question. I want to go back to Grandpa. What's some of the things that Grandpa instilled in you? Because I know family is big and culture is big. What's some of the things that Grandpa just always lectured and instilled? Because it seemed like once you got Grandpa approval, that was all you needed.
That's all I needed.
In you. So what's some of the things that he installed in you that made you just so confident with believing in your decision to make that decision?
I ain't gonna lie. He loves me so much. Like, I think about it all the time. So he's not really my grandpa.
Right.
Like, we're not related.
Oh, wow.
But he just took care of my mom, and like, that's like my grandpa. I didn't notice until like I was older. Right. But I love him to death. Like, I'll die for him.
I mean, sometimes loyalty make you blood, and it don't always gotta be physical blood.
They love me so much because he never had boys.
Right.
I was the only boy he had.
Right.
And I wasn't his son.
So he took you in like his own.
Yeah.
That's big.
And that's all. And that's it. But he's taught me so much. Like, I ask for his advice on everything I do. If he doesn't say yes, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And we always have like deep conversations. And I'm also blessed that he's still alive, because some people don't have like, you know, grandparents and like stuff like that. So like everything, like if you have like a mom or dad or grandma, grandpa, always check on them. Check on your loved ones, bro, because you never know how long you have them. You never know how long they're here for, and what they're supposed to teach you, or like what you're supposed to learn from them, or none of that.
That's a fact.
People take their family from, especially in this country. People take their family from in this country.
Yeah.
There's people that don't talk to their family for years.
Yes.
Months even go by like.
That's a fact. So what's the next creative process for you? Like any ideas? I know you don't want to give away too much sauce, too much game, but any hidden little secrets that you might not want to tell them too much about, but like any new ways you want to approach it or something that you got for them? I really want to tap into the power of AI. Okay.
I want to see how far we can really take this.
Right. And
I want to see what the limitations are, but that's something I'm very focused on. Trying to figure out how AI is going to affect our industry. So if it's going to take away jobs, if it's going to create more jobs, is it going to make it more like bland and less creative and more like certain like requirements for like stuff.
But let's speak on AI right now in the film industry right now with the edits and the special effects right now. How do you feel about that right now? Just
at first, I was scared. I'll tell you the truth. At first, I was scared because when you hear AI, like artificial intelligence, you just automatically you're like, okay, can it do what I can? That's my perspective, because AI like. You cannot teach creativeness to something that it doesn't come within.
Right.
I feel like creativeness comes from like your soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's really hard to teach that to a program.
Right.
Because it's just gonna follow patterns and follow equations.
Right.
But what if that day I'm like,
right.
Oh, I don't feel like doing it like that. I want to do it like this.
Right.
Then it fucks up the AI.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't think AI can study our patterns to that extreme extent, because so when you do film, there's only 33 33 or 32 different stories.
Right.
They're all the same stories. They're still different. For example, Finding Nemo, a father travels across the ocean, across the world to find his son and rescue him because his son got kidnapped, right? Taken is the same movie. It's just different. Yeah. Taken is the same movie. It's just real actors
and real actors, and other ones cartoon with fishes.
But that's exactly my point. Fact. Hamlet, if you read the story Hamlet, is the Lion King. Mm-hmm. The uncle that kills the king. Same thing. And then tries to kill the king's son. Yeah, same thing with Simba, Mufasa, everybody. Exactly, Simba, Mufasa. Yeah. It's just you have to follow there's certain guidelines.
That's what I was saying about patterns.
Right.
Like when you find the pattern, you break the code.
Break the code. I don't know if music has patterns though.
Yes, everything has patterns.
Right.
Explain.
I'm just saying, like, all right, when you hear Jay on the record, you know it's Jay, right?
Jay-Z, of course.
Because it's not even his approach. It's his approach. The pattern of his
flow.
It's the pattern.
Even beats are patterns.
Pattern of beats.
Even beats.
When you
bomb, it's spaced and paced down, up, down.
Just like everything is with numbers.
Even editing music videos.
Exactly. Yes.
Placed in a pattern.
No, you're right. So Quentin Tarantino has the patterns with his movies. Yes. They have it's called I'm blinking right now. It's called a niche, not a niche, but it's like an auteur. It's called an auteur. So for example, Christopher Nolan has the non-linear storytelling, which is that he tells you like this is the beginning, but this is the end, but he explains the beginning.
Exactly.
Exactly. Character has the same thing, and everybody has like the little Oh, that's another thing too. I wanted to talk into. So every video that I have has a specific shot that is always the same shot. Right. Like for example, Tarantino, every movie he has he's showing the toes. Right. And then Christopher Nolan, I think he shows the extreme wide. I think it's the extreme wide. Right. Or like something. I think it's the extreme wide. I have to do more research on that. But everyone has like the little thing. Yeah. But everybody's video subconsciously your video does it. Mm-hmm. I've come to realize subconsciously you do it. You don't even think about it, you just do it. Right. Because you're so used to, and like that's like the thing that you just like. That's your signature touch. Yeah. But I wanted to get back to you with film school, man. How was that process and just graduating, finishing in film school, and just starting school? Brother, film school was so good because the only reason, like, directors, editors, anybody that wants to be in the film industry, you don't need film school. I'm letting you that right now. Right. You don't need film school. Now, I will say this: if you do go to film school, you have an upper hand. Right. You always have an upper hand, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because in there, you learn how to behave on set. You learn the logistics of sets. You learn the ins and outs, the reason why things are the way they are, and you learn how to like really like look at a set as a project instead of looking at it as just a set. Right. Sets are projects, and every person is in a station, and they're responsible for that station to not get destroyed. That's the best thing I can tell you about film school. I love going there. I love meeting the people there. The experience that it's just that. It's like a manifestation type of thing. Like when you're in film school, like you know that there's deeper stuff to that. And I had really good teachers. Right. They gave me really good pointers. Right. And everything was perfect. And the school just worked out for the best. So what's some of the main important things in filming? Like I know a lot of people would say the top 3 would be lighting, angles, I'm gonna stop it right there. Right. The most important thing in the video, fuck your camera, fuck the gear. Is the lights. The lights. If you don't know how to light up a scene, your shit is grits. Yeah. Destroyed. Right. Destroyed. That's the most important. Film, low cheat code. Film is recording light. Okay. When you look at it like that, because the reason is your eyes see what the light reflects. Mm-hmm. It sends a sensor to your brain, and your brain reproduces it as it would see. Right. Like that's how I don't know if you're real or not. Right. Realistically speaking, I don't know if you're real because my eyes could be lying. Right. But that's what the camera is. The camera is how you're recording something in a moment of time. The light hitting it. That's why I told 16 the other day, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to start getting more creative in my videos because the video doesn't always have to be perfectly lit. It doesn't have to be perfectly lit. Right. It doesn't need to be none of that. The video could be like, there's some dark side, there's some dark stuff. And the real reason why I started taking my videos even more serious now is because that diss track that Chocolate got into, that the other artist was talking shit about his fucking videos. And I had to go all out. I had to, bro. Because it was my name being dragged for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, never in my life. That's what the Cubans will do to you. A Cuban will tear you down before he builds you up.
Right.
Always remember
But you gotta be strong-minded and not let it get to you.
And not let it get to me. I reply to anybody. We reply to everything we need to reply to.
It's not every
We reply to that's why I say that's what
it's not
it's
every Cuban. I'm saying who you dealt with.
Well,
the grand majority. The grand majority. 3 out of 5.
Right.
Let's just say how it is, bro.
I can't speak for it because I never dealt with Cubans like that. So he's going off of his experience. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? I'm telling you how it is, bro. It's just it be like that, bro. And he can vouch for me too. He can vouch for me too. He's Cuban too. And you can vouch for me too.
Yeah. So what I wanted to tap into right now, I always do this when I get later on in the segment. And I see you doing your thing, you know, you big, you popping, you really networking with a lot of artists, putting out a lot of content, film director, Lowkey Cristhian. So what advice you got for the young up-and-coming director or cameraman trying to get into the game? He just got his first camera.
Never be afraid to just showcase your work.
Right.
At the end of the day, everything that, whenever you ask somebody for their opinion on a video or something, please make sure that they never tell you the things they like. They have to tell you the things they don't like, because that's the only thing you're gonna improve on. Nothing is never perfect, but we always try our hardest to get to as perfect as possible.
Right.
But nothing is ever perfect.
Right.
But you just limit the mistakes. It's like a basketball game. Like, you're not gonna stop them from scoring. They're gonna eventually score.
Right.
You just try your hardest to limit the mistakes.
Yeah, and stop them. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's more like football. Football will really be the
so basically, you saying like how Nike say, just shoot, just do it.
Just do it, bro. Honestly, just shoot, bro. Yeah. There's so many forms of content. Like, there's like short form content now. There's long form content. You guys can even do like, there's like the stuff that they do with like the arts, like the arts, like that you just get creative with it, bro. And never be afraid of shooting, bro. I started with a Canon M50.
Oh, nice.
$500 camera. Ask him, that shitty ass camera.
Fact.
Shot this video, it looked pretty good for the time.
Fact.
It looked pretty fucking good. Like, I was proud. Fact. And the first time, and I edited that video myself.
You gotta start somewhere.
That's crazy.
So we was talking off camera. Besides saying you gotta start from somewhere, we was talking off camera earlier. We was talking about how you was saying sometimes you gotta shoot. And you gotta try to execute stuff with effects and doing certain things, but if it ain't come out right, don't put it out. Just try it. And if it came out right, then you put it out. How has that process been? Sometimes even going out there, putting all that time and energy in and stuff, and sometimes you 4, 5, 6 and you win, 2-point conversion, then sometimes like, damn, I went out there all day and wasted my time.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like every time I go shoot is an experience. It's a different learning.
So it's never a waste of time.
It's never a waste of time.
Never a loss.
The only so like that last video that I did, my first time using that camera specifically.
Right.
It's like I just took a risk.
Right.
I've never shot with that camera by myself. I've shot with him obviously.
Right.
But he's there to help me.
Right.
Like figure out that camera.
Right.
I shot that by myself.
Right.
And I called him once I think, and that was it. It was like to just see like how a button would work.
Right.
But like I took a risk.
Right.
You have to take a risk, and it worked out because of the information that I learned in film school. I knew I couldn't break certain rules, and I knew I couldn't do certain stuff. It gets engraved into your brain that cinematography class, they really like pushed it in. That motherfucker, I think his name was Jason, he was like trying to put that shit into your brain. Like, and then we had this guy named Sasha. So I had a teacher that he worked for all the Fast and Furious movies.
Right. What? That's big. That's major.
And brother, this guy had a Croatian accent, and you couldn't understand jack shit.
Oh my God.
I showed him his video, my first video ever, and he's the reason why I did music videos.
Because he told you like this good.
Because he told me the shit was ass.
Oh shit. So you had to prove him wrong.
He told me that it was so. He's like, there's no B-roll, there's no substance. You're just going cut to cut to cut. Ever since that day, I'm like, all right, everything's for that guy, because he has the credentials to tell me the constructive criticism. But he told me constructive criticism. He didn't tell me, oh, it's just ass. He just told me,
fix this. Work
there's
on
room
that.
for improvement.
Right.
There's room for improvement.
Right.
I do like the way that the angles work. A couple months go by, COVID happens.
Right.
I come to Miami. I'm still doing music videos, and I show a music video to another teacher, and I showed her that, and she's like, "Oh my God, who came up with that?"
Right.
And I was like, "I did," and she's like, I love how you executed it. It's perfect.
Right.
But you still have to keep going.
Right.
But just knowing that from that teacher to the next one, the other one just told me, yeah, that was okay, good. And that teacher was big because she's responsible for a lot of movies that you have seen.
Right.
Like she's a script supervisor and she's also like has done scripts for those.
So although you say you don't need the school and you say it's a plus if you do go, it's a plus.
It's a plus because it puts you one step ahead of everybody.
So is it safe to say like how they got artist development? It was like director's development, like it was building. You go from phases like a cameraman to a more of a director, just getting more.
You want to know the real reason why I moved to LA?
Why?
I moved to be an actor. That's the real reason why I moved.
Yeah.
I didn't move to be a director. I moved to be an actor.
So do you see yourself still chasing that path right now? We see, even you spoke on 50 Cent earlier, you met 50 Cent. You could be in Raising Canaan right now.
Oh my God! Imagine! Oh my God!
And this is what I want. I wanted to ask you this. It ran through my mind.
I'm gonna be in the movie.
Right.
We're shooting that movie. I'm gonna be in that movie. You're fucking crazy.
Right.
I have to show my
We can't give them too much. We definitely shoot
for
the
sure.
movie. We definitely.
We don't.
Right.
This is what I'm saying to you, right?
Be on the lookout.
What I'm saying is, do you ever think like, yo, let me take like 2 months and just go on a casting call run and just like.
I did it a lot in LA. I did it a lot.
But I'm saying, have you ever did it in your own hometown? Because a lot of times you do stuff in LA.
Miami's not.
It's kind of.
Miami's so weird when it comes to like film stuff.
Okay.
It's not like that.
Right.
It's not really like. I mean, I'm tapped in with some actors. Though.
Right.
I'm tapped in with some actors. I'm in some group chats, you know.
Because it was they had the bad boy shit down here.
That's crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Like that's things that we even though you know what I mean when we link. We should be tapping into stuff like that. Yo, when they come down here, they shoot a movie.
But I'm gonna keep it a with you. A lot of that stuff is like through gatekeepers with the agencies, which is no problem. Everything's a business. So a lot of times you have to enroll in those agencies.
Me and bro was looking up this joint that was online or whatever, where it's like, you know, like you could just go there and audition. You just put your name to it and just go there and audition. Because this boy got
agencies get you in there quicker because if they say I need somebody with a beard, or I need somebody who got
hit you right up.
I'm gonna see if I can find the casting calls that we have for my short film.
I'll go. You should go.
Yeah, because even Drake, my homeboy, he did La Costa Nostra when they did the Nike edition for Drake, and he was through and he was through an agency that was just like, yo, we looking for some people with hair, period, to be on the beach.
Not only that, I'm about to tell you this too. When I did my first short film, I was one out of 4 kids to get selected to do a short film.
Okay.
Out of like 30 or 40.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I was like, okay, damn, I got selected. I did a story on how killing Castro. She's funny as fuck. Shit is funny as fuck. If I get a real budget, I'll really go camera.
Crazy, yeah.
Get somebody that looks just like, if I got this, I hired this guy, some Italian guy there, horrible Spanish accent, but the Americans wouldn't understand. They wouldn't know the difference, but a Cuban would.
Right.
But I had this guy fucking shot him, like it was crazy. But you know, the shit that we did. But I did the first casting call. And we brought actors, and I remember I think it was like 10 that came. We were looking for Castro. I needed somebody specifically for Castro because Castro was it's a different type of person, you know. And the more people came, I just told them, oh, it's free work, but you will get credited, of course. And then some people came, and there was this really top guy that looked like Castro. That brother, I ain't gonna lie, he embodied that. And that was my first experience seeing people like acting in front of me, and like the whole casting process.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie, it's a very hard industry. It's really hard. Like I felt bad myself because I had to say no to a lot of people.
Right.
And pick one out of like 15, 20 that showed up. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But that's why like people are like, oh, I want to be a movie star. Like I want to do all this stuff. Like it's a hard industry.
But what do you think about creating short? We was talking about creating the shorts and then pushing them to the majors or the two.
That's the best way to do it. It's always been the best way because that's how you cause a ruckus. Right. That's how you cause like everyone shaking. Because people are like, oh, we need to try to get this guy before someone else gets him.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Jordan Peele was writing thesis films for years.
Yes.
Before Get Out.
Yes.
How much was the budget for Get Out?
Oh my goodness.
$1 million.
Yes.
Right.
That's low budget.
That's
low budget.
That's way low budget.
And that's a good movie because of the way it's written.
Facts.
Because the subtext of the movie, it has so much subtext. Bro, that movie, like, it makes you think, bro. Like, it really does make you think. Who thinks of shit like that?
No, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
He killed that movie.
Like, who thinks?
Snap.
But you know what's crazy? And people don't appreciate it. That last one that he dropped is better than all of the other ones.
And what's that?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, that was good too.
I didn't see that.
Like, as far as like film and like actual cinematography and the way the story goes,
Yeah.
it's way better than the other ones. And I ain't gonna lie, my favorite one is This Is Us. That's the best one.
So what? Oh yeah, This Is Us.
The one that with the shadow people.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because that shit's I can tell you that shit's probably real.
Right.
Because like I tell people, like if you believe in like religions and God, you know there's no original thought. So no one can just come up with that.
Right.
It has to come from something, and it's told differently.
Yes.
Like in a different, like in a different type of way.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all like, subscribe, comment,
crazy,
Higher
bro.
Voltage, man. We gonna give y'all one more segment, man. We'll be right back.